Hey everyone, I am doing a really quick update for you. We have some exciting stuff that we're doing at AutismWish. One of the things that I want to talk about with you guys is I'm not sure if you noticed, but our website has a new link on it, and it is called Shop. And so, what we have done is we have added a new Embracing Autism fundraising shop. This shop is actually pretty cool. So here's a little preview of it. We have basically some merch on here, mostly focused on neurodiversity, some cute things for kids for back to school. So things like some youth tees, some youth sweats, and things like that. And these are focused on kind of like neurodiversity acceptance and just like fun, quirky shirts because I feel like there's a lot of those for just like neurotypical kids, but there aren't a whole lot for special needs kids or autistic kids. So I've created some of these more fun shirts. My personal favorite is the little duck here. It says "Just keep stimming," and that one's actually inspired by my eldest daughter because she's obsessed with ducks. So that one was for her, and it is like a little duck that's flapping its wings. She's an arm flapper, so that was definitely motivated by her. And then my husband's favorite, so Matt's favorite, is this one over here. And this one says spinning is winning, and it's got like a little kid trying to spin circles. That one was inspired by our youngest daughter, who is one of those more gross motor types, and she loves to spin and climb and jump. So we wanted to kind of create some things that were more about their personality. We threw in a little kitty cat too, because that's her favorite. It says perfect as I am. So there's a whole bunch of these born to stand out. We have be kind. We have one that's called Nugget Squad, and that's kind of like an autism inside joke. Everybody knows that, chicken nuggets tend to be like the go-to preference food when it comes to autism. And that certainly is true with my kids. So we just thought it would be kind of funny, a little like tongue in cheek there. And then we have this other one that says, "My song is my voice." I know that for many parents and for our oldest, sometimes singing or music comes before verbal language. And so there's some autistic kiddos that can actually sing, but cannot verbally communicate to you. So I thought that that would be a really appropriate and cute shirt because that is also how our oldest daughter started with communication. We have one that says embrace difference. And then we've got some fun ones for adults too. So go ahead and check out the shop. We have the website up there for you. And that is basically just on our website, autismwish.org. You can just click on the shop button right there, and you can also go directly by the link below. So that's one of the cool things that we have going on right now. We're really excited because the goal of that shop is to help us raise some funds for Autism Wish. So the proceeds that we get from that is actually going to go towards gifting more autistic kids in future events. So it's kind of like a fundraiser, but it's ongoing. So for every 4 shirts that we're able to sell, we're able to provide one kid with a gift during Christmas Wish. And so that's just another way that we're trying to help out with the community. And I've got a couple other things to remind you guys of. We are now in this back to school mode right now. So along with grabbing a great little t-shirt to bring to your kid to spread awareness and acceptance at their school, we also wanted to remind you guys that we do have still a student introduction portfolio. This is something that you will receive instantly if you signed up to our newsletter. And this is a great little tool that I put together. And it's essentially what you would bring into your kid's school on that first day of school, or maybe during orientation. You would give this to the teacher, and it's kind of like a way to help your teacher personalize your child so that I know that they get like the IEP or the 503 plan, but sometimes they don't get the holistic view of your child. So you can kind of fill in those blanks with the student introduction portfolio. So this is things like that are a little more personal, like their interests, their specific likes or dislikes, some of their strengths, their challenges. This is like a 7-page document, things they're oversensitive to, undersensitive to, anything that you can do to soothe them when they're perhaps on the edge of a meltdown. We've got some ways to communicate, like what's their preferred communication, if there's anything else. We have some of their favorites. So if they have a favorite food, a favorite song or color or book or something like that that might help them with transitions or with meltdowns, you can note that here. We also just have like a place where you can put a bunch of pictures and things about goals that your family is working on. That way, the school can kind of align with your family goals when they're doing their school goals, or at least the teachers will be aware of what you're working on at home so that they know not to kind of like misalign their goals essentially. And then we have a section in the back just for extra notes. And then we have a place that the teachers can actually sign this off and pass it on. So if your child has multiple teachers or multiple administration staff that's kind of responsible for them, they would all kind of like read through this and then sign it off and pass it on to the next person. So this again is available to you if you sign up to our newsletter. If for some reason you didn't get it, just send us an email at info@autismwish.org and we'll send you out a copy. The other thing that I want to mention is there's actually this cool little business that I wanted to bring up because we have been using a lot of these special notebooks that we've been doing for our podcast. And I just wanted to give them a shout out while we are here because these little books are really, really nifty. And we basically have been using these for our note taking for the podcast essentially. So every time that we go and we are planning out our podcast, we will take notes in this and we'll basically just have everything prepped and good to go. The cool thing about it is Matt's favorite feature. It's a really hard surface, which means that when you can turn it around, you have a hard surface to write on. So you don't have to worry about like the book bending or anything like that. You don't need to find a table to write on, which is really great for us because our podcasting space is pretty much non-existent. We're pretty much in a closet. So for us, this has been really useful and we use it for a lot of note taking. But this would actually be probably really useful for back to school too. If you've got some kiddos, these are like smaller. So it's really good, I think, for the younger years. So like our kiddos, when they're going, they have these like itty bitty backpacks for school because they're in that preschool age. So these are like a smaller size and they would fit in that little itty bitty backpack. So if you have a kid at that age, that would be great. Or if they just want a personal journal, these are great for those too. You can doodle on the front of it. And the best part of this is that this company, Emerging Green, they're actually a small family business owned. They're small family owned business and they're focused specifically on sustainability. So you're actually doing something good for the environment when you get one of these notebooks. They actually did full disclosure, give me this as a sample, like a free sample. But I actually really like it. It is like really sturdy and Matt is honestly more of a journaler, physical journal person than I am. I'm more of a digital person, but I think these are pretty cool and he's been using them like crazy. So definitely recommend that if you guys are in the market to get some notebooks for school. They also have a ton of other great stuff here. I can actually show you a little bit on their website because they've got some really cool other things that I didn't even know about. They've got some like wooden birdhouses and folding lap desks and things like that. If you're kind of like an outdoorsy person, they have a lot of like garden, hobby, and craft stuff. So if that's something that's like down your alley, I would just recommend that you take a look and support them because they support us and I really support them. If you guys have any other questions in terms of back to school, just again, feel free to reach out to us. You can either send us an email again at info@autismwish.org, or you can always send us a message at AutismWish on Facebook or Instagram. And we're pretty quick to get back to those. But if we missed it for any reason, just like reach out again. But I don't think I've missed anything so far. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Here's the social media for Green, Emerging Green. They are available both on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and they do have their website at emerging-green.biz. So yeah, if you're into sustainability and you need some notebooks for back to school, that's a great resource for you. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out again. I hope this is helpful for you. Consider taking some time to look at our shop and perhaps get yourself a little something, get something for the kids, and know that, you're helping make an impact, because we're going to use the funds that we make from those shirts to help the autistic community. We're going to put that right back into Autism Wish and hopefully make some big things happen. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Have a good one.